One of the most common complaints I hear on backhands is that the ball goes too short, it's a liability, and that the player is always on defense. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about how to fix today. So what happens, especially on the two-handed backhand, is that a lot of times we line up and the racket is moving too much from 6 o'clock. You imagine there's a clock behind me, and I'm going from 6 o'clock and then swinging across my body where it's going too aggressive out to that 2 o'clock mark. And now what that does is that you end up getting too much of the side of the ball. You're hitting an angle, but you're leaving the ball short. And when that happens, it's also a result of getting like too handsy, right? Like your left hand is too active. Now, this is true for the one-hander, but a lot less likely because when the one-hander is taking back, a lot of times we learn to step across, which helps the racket move more angular. You see the racket is going to move out to the side fence before it plays catch up to the ball. And this is what we want to think about on the two-hander as well. But regardless if you have a one-hander or two-hander, the best way to try to fix this or learn how to fix this is get comfortable hitting down the line. You see, when we hit down the line, we have a tendency to swing away from our body. And from here, the racket is moving more freely with improved space, and it ends up with improved length as well. The racket goes out to the target and then it works across. Now, if you think about the best one-handers in the world, what really stands out? They're down the line. And part of this is the disguise. You think about the Wawrinka backhand. As he set up to hit, it was so hard to tell whether he was going down the line or across court. And the reason being is that the contact is so subtle. All right, so on a on a down the line backhand, you may see contact here, and then on a cross court, it'll be here. But I think a lot of players, when we think cross court, we really exaggerate this by trying to get spin and working across the ball. But instead, you really want to think about just allowing the racket to drop and then work up the ball, and that is your top spin, but we still want that extension as the racket works around. Okay, so if you want to improve your cross-court backhand, improve your down the line. All right, I'm going to show you a couple drills here that you want to work through in order to get this consistent and put it into play to where you have that reliable cross-court backhand. So step one is you want to use exaggeration theory, and that means you exaggerate the target. You really want to work on kind of flanking the ball. So use a ball machine or a buddy that'll hit with you. This is a funky one to kind of your buddy to get anything out of it. So ball machine is perfect for this. But as you're setting up, hopefully your remote is working better than mine, flank the ball. Get to the inside of it and really aim and allow yourself to have this like egregious miss, right? Where I'm just working on getting outside, or I'm sorry, on the inside of the ball. And so from there, start working your way back to the alley. All right, start finding your down the line. And you'll notice here how much my shoulders are closing to the court as I'm working through the down the line. And once you're comfortable here, then start pulling it back cross court. All right, and so cross court, I think a lot of times people think cross court has to be like way over here to the alley. Cross court can still be, you know, just a little bit beyond the center. So exaggerate it, go down the line, and then adjust and go cross court. All right, in the two-hander, it's going to work exactly the same, right? So as you can see in the videos down below, as I'm working to the backhand, I'm just getting my shoulders where they're facing my opponent, the shoulders under the chin. And as I swing, I'm swinging out to the ball as if I'm going down the line. And then that contact is just a subtle change as I'm brushing up the ball. All right, and now remember, the topspin is a byproduct of what happens on the racket drop. It's getting the racket below the wrist here to then swing up to the ball. Don't try to produce topspin at contact. It's actually the swing up to the ball that produces that topspin. All right, so get out there, give it a try. Allow yourselves to miss. Aim for a target that has nothing to do with getting the ball inside the court. Work from the alley over to down the line, and then finally to the cross court, and you'll find the length and depth. The length of your stroke improves, resulting in improved depth. Hope this helps a ton. We'll see you next time here at Play Your Court.